Hi, I'm the Scrub and you're here for one reason. So we're going to infiltrate the fire control center and proceed east. Oh, that's going to be for Lise and her crew? Alright. So what do you want me to do? You want me to create a distraction inside Castrum so they can get their job done? How big do you want the distraction to be? Time to learn about Castrum Abania. Simplified. If you're using the duty support system, I'd recommend single pulling most of the dungeon. Follow the path until you get to the opening 3 mobs. Pick these up and continue through to the next area where 3 more enemies will be released from cages on the left side. There'll be a few AoEs from these mobs. They don't give any debuffs and only do straight damage. Just make sure that you do your best to dodge out of them. The Marauder enemy will cast Barbaric Surge, which will give it a damage up for 15 seconds. After everything has been defeated, 3 more mobs will be released from the cages on the right. Kill these and continue up the open path. Defeat the 2 bits in the open area. After 1 has been defeated, the door will open and 3 more enemies will run in. The Black Mage enemy will cast Darkfire 3. If you get caught in this circular AoE, it will give you a pretty nasty hit with an Incinerable Burns debuff. Kill everything and the door will open. First boss time. Magitech Fire 2 is a point blank AoE on a random player. Just move out of it to avoid it. Magitech Fire 3 is a room-wide AoE. The Magna Rotor will move to the exit side of the arena and cast Wild Speed. It will create several straight line AoEs across the arena and a few adds will spawn in. The boss will become untargetable and dash across the platform following the straight line AoEs in the order that they are formed. The adds will split up and start up the cannons on the sides of the arena and begin sending out point blank AoEs on random party members. If you get hit by the circular AoE, it will give you the debuff Fetters, which will render you unable to move or perform actions for several seconds. When you defeat the targetable mob at one of the cannons, the other one will run away and free up the cannon. If you interact with the cannon, your hotbar will change to the icon of Magitech Pulse. Use this to target the boss and hit it with the move which will halt his stampede. You can continue using the cannons until he casts Magitech Fire 3 again, which will cause the cannon to become inoperable until the next Wild Speed cast is performed, but they barely do any damage, so there's no point staying on them. The boss will also perform Wheel, which is an untelegraphed tank buster. The boss will repeat these mechanics until it has been defeated. Head through to the next room where you'll see 4 Magitech pods. They will all start casting deployment when a player gets close to them. You'll need to quickly defeat as many as you can. As soon as they are finished casting, adds called Hypertuned will spawn out of them. The more pods you defeat, the less adds you have to deal with. Head through to the next room where 3 hounds will need to be defeated. When only 1 is left, 2 doors will open and spawn in 2 rotors that will enter the arena with straight line AoEs. They are just mini versions of the first boss and will only perform auto attacks and tank busters. The next room will have 4 more pods, but they are a little more spread out. After you defeat 2 pods, rotors will spawn in and perform their straight line AoEs to enter the arena. Kill everything and it's second boss time. Subject number 24 has significantly changed from what it used to be. Getting hit by any avoidable AoE in this fight will give you a Vuln stack. It will cast Elemental Overload, which is a room-wide AoE, and change its elemental aspect. It will have 3 elements to pick from. If its element becomes Ice, it will start out with a checker pattern AoE. Just dodge between them to avoid them. It will then target all party members with a point-blank AoE. Avoid overlapping these. To finish, it will perform both mechanics at the same time, creating 2 checker patterns one after the other and creating point-blank AoEs on every player. The party just needs to spread out and dodge between the sets of checker pattern AoEs and you'll be fine. If its element becomes Thunder, it will spawn 2 towers that will need to have at least 1 person standing in them. If no one stands in a tower, then it will explode in a room-wide AoE and give everyone a Vuln stack. It will then create tracking straight line AoEs to each player. Just spread out and avoid overlapping these. Then it will combine both mechanics at the same time with 2 sets of towers along with the straight line AoEs. This is easy to solve as 1 person can take 1 tower each and continue to be spread out. If its element changes to fire, it will create 3 conal AoEs with alternating save zones between them. After this, it will create a stack marker. Group up to share the damage. Then it will combine the attacks, creating 2 sets of 3 conal AoEs back to back along with the stack marker. Just dodge the first set of conal AoEs and move into the safe zone for the second set of conal AoEs while trying to stay as stacked up as possible to share the damage of the stack marker. After it has finished the mechanics of an element, it will slump to the ground to get a vulnerability up for a few seconds before casting the next elemental overload and change its aspect. This will allow the party to damage the boss without any extra damage going out. From here, mechanics will cycle until it has been defeated. Exit out of the arena and follow the path until you come to the bridge. As you pull the bit in the open area, the compartments will open and more mobs will spawn in. Avoid the AoEs as best you can. Kill everything and continue moving down the bridge. When you aggro the next bits, more compartments will arrive with more mobs to pop out of them. Avoid the AoEs as best you can, kill everything, and continue to the end of the bridge. When you pull the final bit, 2 more compartments will slide in with more mobs. Again, kill everything while avoiding the AoEs. When everything has been defeated, the door will open. In the next room will be a Colossus and a few Slashers. The Colossus will have a conal AoE called Grand Sword and a straight line AoE called Exhaust that you'll need to avoid. If you get hit by Exhaust, it is a large knockback. It will also have an untelegraphed point blank AoE on a random party member called Magitech Ray, so try to stay spread out just in case. When everything has been defeated, the door will open and it's final boss time. Ketu Slash is a hard-hitting tank buster. Rahu Blaster is a straight line AoE directed towards a random party member. Inferno will move to the middle of the room and cast Ketu and Rahu. It will create several AoEs and target 1 party member with a medium-sized point-blank AoE. The targeted player will need to move away from the rest of the party. The boss will then move to the far side of the arena and get this glowing red aura from the machine behind it. One of its arms will grow and he will get a stack of empowered Ketu, which will increase its damage dealt. Its tank buster now gives an Incinerable bleeding debuff on top of the damage. When it casts Ketu and Rahu again, it can also create a proximity marker at 1 point of the arena, so you'll need to move away from it to reduce the damage to you. When it gets its second arm power powered up with a stack of empowered Rahu, 2 claws will spawn in. One claw will tether to a party member and begin to follow this player around, getting closer to them. If it reaches them, this player will be seized, get a dot tick, and be unable to move or perform actions. The other claw will be holding a glowing canister and begin moving towards the machine at the back of the arena. If it gets there, it will start casting Quick Charge. If this completes, Inferno will completely skip a phase and gain another stack where his claws will begin glowing. When he gets both claws glowing, if you get caught in the Rahu Blaster, it will also give you an Assunable bleeding debuff. And the Tank Buster will now give an Assunable vulnup. The Duty Support System and Duty Finder will almost never see this happen, as the claws can be easily defeated. With Enhanced Rahu, the Proximity Marker will also give a slight knockback. From here, each phase will repeat until Inferno has been defeated. Congratulations, you have beaten Castrum Abania. My name is The Scrub. Thank you for watching.